why haters be telling me to mind my business when they're out here not minding theirs. Shut your mouth and enjoy the tea. We all know you're here for it, sis. Hello my ninjas, how are you guys doing? It's your girl Owamie, aka Miss Fearful, called bringing back for our entertainment. Now my ninjas, we do have some pressing issues, obviously. The Bushiris have run away, shibubu, ding ding. We need to celebrate them, you guys, because it's not their fault that they came to a country that is almost lawless. It's not their fault that they are in a country that makes it so easy for niggas to run around the streets when they are guilty. I'm not saying they are guilty, child, but I don't think we can all say they are innocent anymore, because they say you're innocent until proven guilty, but if you run away, then you're guilty until proven innocent, honey. So they're basically fugitives at this moment. I'm trying to open this wine. I actually just bought the non-alcoholic wine. But before we get into that, I want to go ahead and just say thank you guys so much. I saw all your messages, all your condolences. The funeral went well, so it was today, and I just want to give you guys an update, since I feel like if I follow you and you tell me something, like, you need to be at a position where you're gonna give me an update, so there legit was no family drama whatsoever. Thank you guys so much for your prayers, because I know that those worked legit, you guys. Like, I was nervous because I was just like, I'm not in the mood to fight nobody, you guys. My heart is already painful, but that went well. So this will make noise, girl. Yes, the Bushiris have run away now. I cannot blame the Bushiris for doing something that I know somebody will be like, oh, you didn't know. I knew. I legit knew. I just did not want to come out here and be like, they're going to run. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I just didn't want to say that, but I do remember there's a clip. I'm sure I'll find it and put it here. And shall look at the fact that the Bushiris spent 2 weeks. We're talking about billionaires here. So once they've tasted the, obviously the taste of jail, I definitely feel like they're gonna do every single thing in their powers to make sure that they do not go back. Now, if it was me and I got the chance to be out, and maybe I try pay and these people are just not getting it, girl, I was running away. Where is Sam Holdings? I was running away. Would you stay and go to jail? Hell no. I was running away. If you're somebody that just has sense, you would understand what I was basically trying to tell you guys. Who is a billionaire that spent 2 weeks in jail that's going to come out here and still sit and wait for y'all to put them back in there? Who? In a country that makes it so easy for criminals to roam around, girl, please, okay? The Bushiris were, of course, going to run away. Now, basically, you guys, the Bushiris, when I say the Bushiris, obviously, that is Bushiri and his wife, Shepherd Bushiri and his wife. And from today on, I am dropping calling him Prophet Shepherd Bushiri. That is because I don't believe you can be a prophet and a fugitive at the same damn time, honey, okay? So until he comes back to South Africa, I guess do some explaining to them government and them hawks and them judge, and then he's proven innocent, then I'll go back to calling him the Prophet. But as of for now, let's drop that shende. So ninjas, it's actually Church Reality Check that sent me this, and he was like, girl, have you seen this? I'm like, what in the shende is you talking about? It's like, well, go to Bushiri's page, you guys, and Okay, so, oh my gosh, I'm just reading this now, and 10 minutes ago, he just uploaded that. Kindly take note that the Prophet will be giving a special public address right here on Facebook, our YouTube channel, as well as Prophetic channel at exactly 2 o'clock. So I'm going to make sure that I try edit this video as fast as I possibly can. 2 o'clock Ziawaku Bushiri's Facebook page and YouTube. So you need to make sure that you check it out. Now, this was actually updated 2 hours ago. Now, it's quite long, but I'm going to have to read read it for you guys. I'm not going to summarize because I want you guys to know the whole truth, you know. Get the full story from the horse's mouth. Well, not mouth. Oh, I love JC Leroux. JC Leroux, if you ever come across this video, please sponsor me, girl. I'm actually having the non-alcoholic. So, Bushiri said, Prophet Bushiri's statement on his arrival in Malawi. Now, that's the first thing that he said. Guy, did you inform us you were leaving for Malawi? We're going to be like, oh, we can't wait for him to arrive so that he can give us a statement. But, you know, I mean... Okay, so he then said, I would like to inform the general public that my wife, Mary, and I are temporarily in our home country, Malawi, because of safety and security issues since 2015. These matters have gotten worse after we just got both our bails. Now, for me, you guys, when he says temporarily, in his temporary in their home country, I would believe that maybe they're temporarily there because maybe they're gonna, you know, move to Dubai, America, or wherever. But let me tell you something, I do not see the Bushiris coming back to South Africa, Shibubu, okay? And that day that they do come back, you all have a right to actually say, Owamie, you see, you did not see it right, and okay, that is fine. I personally do not see them ever coming back to this country. Now, I'll explain later, but let's go ahead and continue. He then says, there have been clear and evident attempts to have myself, my wife, and my family killed, and despite our several attempts to report to authorities, there has never been state prosecution, okay? Our coming to Malawi, hence, is a technical withdrawal from the Republic of South Africa solely meant to preserve our lives. So it's only for their lives, girl. It's not about this bail situation that is happening. It's not about this case that is happening, which is the second one, and the third one that's actually on the way. Because if you do not know, there's another bigger one that was actually coming, all involving money, honey. It then says, these attempts have been heightened with recent spades of arrests and detentions that we felt the only way for us to clear our names before the law is to ensure that our lives are preserved. My wife and I strongly believe in our innocence, but this cannot be proven if our lives are not preserved. We have to be alive to testify to our innocence. So I guess that they will be testifying via online. I do not see them setting foot here. As we stand here, we were arrested in 2019 on allegedly money laundering charges, and it's getting to 2 years now without trial because the state is not ready to give in. Now, one thing you also need to know about that case, you guys, is that there was a guy allegedly working with the Bushiris, and then after things went sour, I guess, he actually basically came out and he was talking about the money and everything and how they were transporting money and stuff. That was when the Hawks basically took charge. But once that happened, Mugai, the man, basically said back, you guys. So I guess it's either, you know, God touched him and he had a change of mind, they prayed that hard, Mugai was paid off. Then he says, against as we keep waiting for the trial to come, we were arrested again, kept in custody for over 2 weeks, and we are not sure if we will face trial. Equally shocking is the fact that we were kept waiting to get the facts of the recent arrest. The state brought up immigration issues that they, not us, owe the public an explanation, but they want us to explain. Now, of course, there's a lot of things that came out, you guys, when it came to their residency state. Like one of which that I heard was the fact that it seems as if the times that even prophetess, Mary Bushiri was, you know, I don't know, his residency state, like there was a lot of the inconsistencies there. Like it states that she has been here from, I think, the 90s, but then they said they have proved their first time in South Africa, I think it was 2000 and something. So those are just the allegations that I've heard. Now, of course, you do need to be the one to explain that what the fuck all is happening, but then again, you know, I mean, girl. Then he says, against this background, we have come to a painful conclusion that my wife and I have faced in the Republic of South Africa since 2015 is solely persecution, not prosecution. What is shocking is that it was me who in 2018 opened cases of extortion and intimidation against officers who are today investigating, arresting and prosecuting me and my wife of the several allegations. Now you guys do need to remember, this time it's people that actually went and they were complaining about their money, and that is a scandal that happened in 2017. I did confirm that I know of this scandal because there were people who thought, since I used to report a lot on ECG, they thought that maybe I was part of the leadership, which, girl, I never was. So when they told me, I was legit shocked, you guys, but I couldn't say anything, you know. Safety first. And then he also says, obviously, there can never be independence and impartiality. It's purely acts of open vengeance. This, I must say, clearly violates rules of natural justice, which says justice must not just be done, but be seen to be done. As such, I want to make it clear here that our coming to Malawi is not an act of running away from being tried. Not at all. Is you sure, Bushiri? Is you sure? Okay. All my wife and I want is to clear our names in a justice system that is fair, impartial, and just. In this vein, I am calling for the following to be met by the Republic of South Africa authorities to ensure our fair, impartial, and just trial. Okay? Now, you need to imagine the Bushiris were arrested. After they were arrested, the judge said, I'll let you out on bail. However, your bail clearly states that you cannot leave this country. You can't even travel to any province except for 2 provinces. So you can only be in Gauteng and where Sparkling Waters is. I keep on forgetting that province. And so you violate that and run away from South Africa, because whether if they're saying you're running from the trial or you're running for your life, it is running nonetheless. And so you now come and you say that I have the demands that I want the country to meet before I come back. So let's listen to what Bushiri wants. He says, first, I want the South African government to assure us of our safety and security whilst in South Africa. I think there's only one way that they can legit be like, we're securing and making sure that you're going to be safe, and that's if they lock you up. You will be safe, Shibubu. You will be safe. Like, anybody coming to jail tomorrow, nobody. So I guess they can just close you in a cell together. Then you'll be safe. But I don't know. Secondly, I want the South African government to assure us that our bail will not be revoked. Which, if you've already escaped, come on now. Our rights of fair trial entails that we have access to our lawyers all the time. Revocation of the bail defeats our right to fair trial and also exposes us to further security and safety challenges. Thirdly, I want the officers involved in investigating, arresting, and prosecuting us to rescue themselves. As earlier said, this is the same team that I earlier lodged complaint against and opened cases against. I won't have a fair trial with their continued involvement. Fourthly, I want the South African state to see to it all the issues I logged and opened against these officers must be pursued to their logical conclusion before proceeding with our case. Finally, I want the South African state to appoint independent and professional investigators and prosecutors who should make independent decisions on the cases we are allegedly accused of. In this regard, I am requesting Malawi government to liaise with South African government to ensure that the above issues are met. Once these 5 issues are met, and I am assured of a fair, just, and impartial trial, I am willing to avail myself before South African justice system. I am looking forward to that day because my wife and I have long waited for it to prove our innocence and clear our names. I will hold a press conference in Lilongwe, Malawi, and it will be aired on all media networks across the world soon. Now, girl, That is basically what Bushiri is saying. Him and his wife, you guys, they have fled the country. Okay, now you guys heard me saying congratulations. It's not their fault that they're in a country where the justice system was so weak. Please boldly raise your hand if you is going to tell me you did not know the Bushiris were going to run. Go ahead and lie and raise your hand. See all them liars. Ain't nobody out here raising their hand. There's just too much, you guys. Let me tell you, there is a case that is coming. Now, if it does not come, it means that Mboro will have set on top of this, but something cannot be set on forever. You guys need to remember that ECG, there was a church, a mega church that was supposed to be bought. Now, this is no allegedly, because the time all that shende was going down, I was still going to that church, okay? A lot of money was taken out. My money as well, you guys. I also did put in there. Poor as I was at that time, I mean, girl. Money was taken out. I remember there was even a millionaire service where they said people that are going to come, they're not going to bring out less than 1 million, if I'm not too mistaken. And I remember there were people that were pledging Boma 5 million, others even 10. Like, it was a lot of money that people were pledging, you guys. Let me go ahead and say allegedly because it was a long time ago, but it was a lot of money that basically came out. Girl, where is that church? I've never seen it. It was supposed to be in Midrand, and I do remember, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was 2016, he had said that, you know, this crossover is going to be in our new church and everything. People were so motivated and took out a lot of money. Instead of a church, I saw a hotel, Shibubu, okay? I didn't see no church. Now, there have been allegations that there were people that wanted to open a case against him for fraud, because in my opinion, that's also fraud, you guys. Like, you ain't coming out there and saying that we're opening a church, bring money, and then you bring money, and then no church is being opened. Like, where in the shende happened to all that money? Now, of course, all these things that are happening, you guys, there's no arrest that has to do with the Bushiris, and it does not have to do with money. There are a lot of people that think that people are just jealous, people are just this, people are just that. Legit, I'm not disputing that maybe there may be people that are jealous out there, but I feel like sometimes we all need to just be fair in terms of, if things don't make sense, we are not going to be scared to talk about them simply because y'all are going to call us jealous and everything. Now, my thought personally, I mean, look at this. They already have the first case, you guys. The second one, which is this one, obviously, it's a lot, okay? That's over 100 million rands they're talking of. The third one that was supposed to be coming, that's also a lot. And on top of that, the residency state here in South Africa came into question. There were some things that were just not making sense. Girl, who was going to stay for that? Who was going to stay for that shende, honey? Okay, now even if they say the Malawian government is going to say they're going to communicate with the South African government and everything, don't you guys think that it would have worked if he had spoken perhaps to the president of South Africa, of Malawi, for him to come to South Africa and basically work with the president of South Africa when it came to his case? Why did he have to illegally run the country, run out of the country? Now, first of all, the prophet, how did you escape the country? Because I feel like that's also a very important thing. We do have brothers and sisters out there that are looking for an out. We need to know, where did you get that fake passport? Because it has to have been fake, because your originals are basically taken. How? And number two, these are people that are well known. So I think they need to start investigating, how did they leave the country? Because you can't tell me that you are somebody that is flying an airplane and you just didn't see that, oh, that's Bushiri and his wife. Girl, really? I'm just disappointed. I mean, I'm not even disappointed. I'm not even going to lie. When it comes to the South African justice system, I'm not. And that is simply because of our law is whack, shibubu. And it's not even a matter of I'm suspecting. It is the truth. How is you going to let a billionaire out and think he's not going to leave? And, you know, they were like, yeah, they wanted the papers of the house, the Centurion mansion, which is over 5 million rands. And they were like, if they forfeit, then, you know, if they skip the bail conditions, then they're going to forfeit the mansion. And I'm like, girl, if they is talking of over 100 million rands, what is 5 million rands? 5 million rands is a lot to us, but 5 million rands is nothing to the Bushiris. They are multi-billionaires. And you guys need to remember that they are allegedly millionaires. He's worth over 100 million in dollars. So 5 million rands, that's nothing for them. And that's my opinion, obviously. I would like to just say I don't ever see the Bushiris coming back to this country, because if they come back to this country and they are not immediately arrested, there would actually be riots in this country, I'm telling you. So at this moment, I don't ever see this going in a way that they are saying. I do see them being in Malawi forever, or not to say forever, but I don't see them ever entering this country again. And you guys do need to remember that there were allegations that their expensive cars were illegally transported from here to Malawi before they were even arrested. You understand what I'm saying? For the second time. So I think it's something that was already planned, you guys. I think it's something that was already planned. I think that it's a very shameful thing, obviously, for his church members, because now people are basically looking at them like, yeah, what did you say? What did you say, Shibubu? Okay, you were not going to work. Now you lost your job because you were out there busy toing to say that he should come out, only for him to come out and run, you know, and skip the country. Now, whatever explanation that's going to come, I do personally feel like Bushiri has a big enough platform that he could have raised all these things without having to run and skip the country. So when it comes to his safety, if you are somebody that has just never ever been close to Bushiri, let me tell you something. You is not getting close to that man unless he wants you close to him. I'm telling you. The people that walk around him, the ones they call protocol, those niggas ain't just protocol, honey. Those niggas have got the strength of Goliath. I'm not even lying to you guys. The way they push you, you will think you're not even in church. You're not getting close. Like, they are always ready. That vigilant. Like, those people are well trained, okay? And he has enough money to can even up his security. They've been wanting him since 2015, but he has been staying in the country. So clearly safety was not really the number one thing, in my opinion, because how come it's only now after the second arrest that he decides to run? A lot of things don't make sense when it comes to this shendage, boo. But that's basically what is happening. This is my opinion when it comes to this whole situation. Congratulations to the Bushiris. Y'all just, you got your freedom for free. Other people have to wait and wait and wait, go to trial and everything. And the bail conditions, you guys, they were crazy. Every Monday and Friday, you gotta be going to the police station. Imagine. But that was because of it was the second time. If anything, they should arrest that woman, Bushiri's lawyer. And now the last part I'm going to talk about. You guys do need to remember that when they were appearing in court, there was the lady that is not famous, who I told you guys that I don't really talk about people that are not famous. So there are some people that were like, oh, I mean, that's shade. It's legit not shade. I only put my effort where my money is. And if you ain't really famous and your story doesn't like really touch me. Now what I'm asking myself is, did they escape with her? Because if not, then she is left here and the state can legit argue. If those two left, then it means that they can actually have her go or have her join them. So they can legit win it to say that she should go to jail until this whole case is over. So I mean, he didn't mention anything about her. He only mentioned him and his wife. And I doubt that they will have told her that, hey, you understand what I'm saying? And that's the thing, you guys. When you're a South African and you do things with people that are not South Africans, people that are not South Africans, they have a home to go to. Where do you have a home to go to? When people say put South Africa first, people think people are being xenophobic. No, guys, there's no other choice. We don't have any other choice because we have no other place to go. This is home. But all these other people, South Africa, everybody can be able to run and go to their countries. But where are South Africans going to go? We don't have anywhere to go because this is our home. The government needs to look at a lot of things, you guys. And the lady that I said is not famous, who I really don't even need to check her name and everything, but she was with the Bushiris. You guys do know the time that they were arrested. Girl, write a book and explain. Explain okay, so that the next ones are not going to fall in the same trap as you. Now, I do hope that, the state is not going to do that. The Hawks, if you're watching, she's a South African. Hey, feel for her. But then again, I ask us. Ninjas, 2 o'clock, make sure that you watch. I am definitely going to watch because I need to know what's going on. The Bushiris have run away. Wow, I never thought. Let me not lie. I knew this was coming. Anyway, I love you, ninjas. Go ahead and leave your comments in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of this whole situation? And I guess now it means that the state got the house, the mansion of 5 million. My request is that the state please sell that mansion and start asking people who used to give the Bushiris money not knowing. If they want their money back, should go there. I can go and get my 14,000 rands back. Shibubu. Legit. Like, I can be so happy. So the state should not be selfish. Okay? Give us that much. Anyway, my ninjas, I love you guys so much. And I know a lot of people will be pissed. There'll be some of those that are like, oh, the devil, girl. Today, actually, finally swab your mouth, your fingers should be ashamed to even type no nonsense in my comment section. Okay? Anyway, I love you, ninjas. Stay blessed, and I'll see you guys in my next upload.